Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be filming a video all about kind of like a reflection on my freshman year of college, things I have learned, a lot about my major and why I changed it. And then also I want to dive in a little bit about college drinking, college partying, all of that stuff. So yeah, before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified every single time I post, leave a like and a comment, and let's just get right on into it. Okay, so I want to start off by talking about my college major. So when I first started college, I decided I wanted to go in as a biology major, specifically pre-med, mostly because I had this really immense passion for biology and chemistry and life sciences and all of that. And for me, the thought of going to med school just sounds so appealing. A lot of people don't like med school because they kind of just want to graduate and then get into their career right when they graduate after 4 years. For me, that's not as important to me. I feel like going to medical school would be like just so incredibly fulfilling. Like, wow, obviously I'm 19 years old. I just finished my freshman year. I have like 3 more years of college to go to, and if I do end up deciding that I want to go to med school, I have that time to figure out like what I want to do in the medical field. But the idea of working in pediatrics or family medicine or something where I get to work with like kids would be just amazing. Like seriously, so amazing. I think that would be so, I can't have words of how just amazing that would feel. So basically around November of 2018, I changed my major from biology to engineering, specifically mechanical engineering. And the reason as to why I did this was, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I felt like if I don't get into medical school, I don't know what I would do with my biology degree. I started looking at job outlook, job income, job outlook, stuff like that. I wanted to be really realistic and be able to have like a safety net. So I was like, well, if I do engineering, you know, maybe if later down the road I decide I want to go to med school, I can still apply. I would just have to take a couple more classes to make sure I meet like the medical school requirements, because I'm pretty sure you need like a year of bio, a year of physics, a year of chem, OChem, biochem, anatomy is like recommended, stuff like that. So I did engineering, and it kind of felt like this safety net, you know? Like, I wasn't as passionate as I was about biology, about engineering, but it was kind of like the safety net that I could fall into, you know? So as my spring quarter is coming to an end in a couple of weeks, registration for summer and fall quarter of next year have opened up. And I kind of had a lot to think about. I FaceTimed a lot of people that I was friends with. I talked to my parents. Lots of tears were shed. I didn't know what to do. I had a foot in both of these doors, where one road was really risky, really scary, really unknown, but it was where my passion was. Like medical school, biology. If I don't get into medical school, like what I would do with a biology degree, it's very unknown. It's very risky, and it was very scary for me. But the other side was engineering, where it was safe, you know? It was still just as hard, probably harder than being a biology major, but it was a lot safer, you know? I had this back net, I had the safety net, I had something to fall into in case, you know, things went wrong. So I was really scared for so many reasons. I didn't know what to do, and my dad gave me some of the best advice I had gotten. He told me that it doesn't matter what income you make, it doesn't matter, you know, how safe something is, like you always want to follow your passion. And I was using like my feet, I was like, because I have a foot in each door, I was using that as an analogy, and he's like, go with your left foot, because that was the biology one. He's like, if you're passionate about that, your passion's going to drive you in the future. And as I was talking to a lot of my friends, they told me that they could literally see me being either a physician or even just being a researcher. And the fact that like people told me that they could see me doing that, and the fact that I'm so passionate about it, kind of made it obvious for me. And I'm really glad though that I had the experience of taking some introductory engineering classes to kind of decide, you know, if that was the right path for me. I'm glad that I did that, because if I did it, you know, I would probably have this curiosity within me that would never go away unless I had an experience like engineering to kind of, you know, not backpedal, but like have in general, just so I knew that that was a road I wasn't super crazy about. But yeah, so I actually yesterday changed my major back to biology, because at the end of the day, like that's what I want to do. Like if I don't get into medical school, I'm going to say that I'm going to, because I am going to study my butt off. I'm going to have a high GPA. I'm going to like get in the 99th percentile for the MCAT, and I'm going to do that because that's what I want to do. And you know, I'm not gonna let fear stop me from following what I'm passionate about. And that's the biggest piece of advice that I want every single person to take away from this video, is that if you're passionate enough about something, then follow it. It doesn't matter if it's art. It doesn't matter if people tell you that you need to be looking at the job outlook and the income, because although that is a very, very smart thing to do, like, you're gonna hate your life if you pick a job based on those things. Everybody inside of them does have something that they're passionate about, whether they're lying to themselves about what it may be or whatever the case is. Follow your passion, because if you're passionate about something, like, you're gonna put your heart and soul into it because you love doing it. And not only will that carry you in your future job, but it'll just bring you so much joy and gratitude and fulfillment and just everything that you want in life. You know what I'm saying? So that is the biggest thing that I want to tell people. Is just not worry about the job outlook, not worry about the income. Do what you love to do, no matter how risky it is. I also kind of want to talk about, there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but before I get into the whole partying alcohol thing, I want to talk too about the path that I'm going down might be a little bit different than what other people are doing. I'm not saying it's untraditional, but it's a little different, I feel like, than a lot of people, at least on YouTube, are doing. And what that is I'm actually going to a community college for 2 years and then transferring to a 4-year university. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons, mostly because I don't want to graduate with thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. I feel like there's a lot of stigma around community college when you graduate high school, that like, oh my gosh, only like losers go to community college, like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be stuck in high school, all of these things that just aren't true at all. And I think that going to community college is so smart, because for starters, some people don't have the choice. Some people aren't able to afford to go to a 4-year university and they have to go to a community college, and there's literally nothing wrong with that, because you're getting the same exact education at a community college as you are at a 4-year university. The only difference is at a 4-year university, there's kind of more, there might be more resources and the class sizes are bigger, but at a community college, the class sizes are smaller. And there's definitely pros and cons to each, but I think that going to a community college for 2 years, I don't think that it makes you lame or a loser. I think that it makes you smart. And I think that everybody has their own college route, and I don't think there's anything wrong with picking to go to community college for 2 years, because I actually was supposed to be going to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I was committed there as like a microbiology major, and I really wanted to go there, but I decided that community college was just smarter for me. Plus, gosh, I love Washington. Washington and Vegas are my 2 favorite places in this world, but I don't ever want to leave like the Vancouver, Portland area. I just love it here so much. Like, I love the sunshine in LA and San Diego, but there's nothing I love more than just like Washington and Oregon. I think they're the prettiest states. But yeah, that's like a little backdrop on kind of my school thing, because I haven't really told a lot of people that before, so I felt like I should kind of talk about that a little bit in this video. And next I want to get into partying and alcohol. And I want to kind of make a disclaimer on what I'm about to say. I'm not by no means saying that if you drink alcohol and if you party every weekend, that makes you a loser, that makes you lame, that makes you an idiot. I don't want people on here to think that I'm coming off as trying to act like I'm better than you or not. That's not at all what my intention is. My intention is just to share kind of my experiences and things that I have learned, and maybe if there's other people out there who believe the same thing that I do, that would be really awesome, and there's more of an outlet for that, because I feel like this isn't really a topic that's shed a lot of light on, if that makes sense. So in the description of this video, I am going to leave links to really awesome videos of 2 people that I watched on YouTube, and they made kind of these quick videos about why they don't drink alcohol and why college is just as fun without having to do that. So those are going to be in the description box below. But I also want to preface this too, sorry, by saying that I am not trying to act like I'm perfect. I am also trying to not act like I have never had alcohol, because that is not true. I have. In high school, I did my fair share of partying just like everyone else. That's just that, you know, I don't want you guys to think that I haven't at all. Like I said, not my intention. So getting into it, I have decided recently that I am no longer going to be, you know, putting myself drinking alcohol. I've never really done drugs. That's not something I'm into, so I don't really want to, like, I'm not going to be doing that, but I just thought I would throw that in there. Just no consumption of any substance at all, really. I don't have a desire to, even though I'm 19, when I turn 21, when I get older in life, I really don't have a desire to consume alcohol. I don't really, like, for starters, I just don't understand it. Like, I do understand it in a sense, but I also don't. I think that if you are in college and you are like partying and going out every weekend and getting good grades, like good for you. Like you keep doing you. Like I don't care. Like literally my best friend drinks. Like all of my friends drink. I don't care at all. It's just what I choose to do with my life. Like I don't want anyone to think that like because this is a choice that I make that I'm going to judge other people for not making that same choice. No. This is just how I am choosing to kind of live my life. I want to remember every single moment of college. I want my brain to not die. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to shorten my lifespan at all. I want to be healthy and happy, and I don't want to have alcohol at all. Like, I'm basically telling you guys that like for the rest of college, honestly, probably for like at least the next 5 years, I don't have any desire to drink alcohol, to consume it. That doesn't mean too that like when I turn 21 I'm not going to go out with my friends. I just am not going to drink alcohol. I think that I can have fun without having it, honestly. It hasn't really done anything. I don't think it does anything good for anyone really. I think that there is a lot of like social stigma around it in college where like you need to have alcohol to have fun, which I don't think is true. I think that if you kind of open your mind, there's so many things that you can do that is just as fun when you're in college. It doesn't involve drinking alcohol. Over the last couple of weeks, my view on this has drastically shifted. A couple of weeks ago, I probably would have told you something completely different, but in light of recent events, one of my really good friends in Vegas passed away recently because he was hit by a drunk driver. Because of that is definitely playing a huge role into this decision that I'm making, because it makes me sad that somebody who decided to drink and drive, it breaks my heart so much that my friend's life, who he just finished his last final too at UNLV, and he had this whole life around him. The kid was probably gonna end up being a politician. Like literally everyone loved him. He was so nice, and like it really sucks. It is just awful to me to hear things like that. If one person watching this can relate to anything that I have said in this video about drinking, at least one person, then I'm happy, because I feel like that's all, it makes everything worth it, you know? I also think that if I ever go to a house party, you know, and I'm completely sober, that maybe if there is somebody who is drunk and they're trying to drive home, then I can drive them home and walk back to my house or Uber back to my house, at least so people can get home safely. And I know that it is 2019 and like there is Uber and Lyft and all of these things, and it breaks my heart that there are people who still choose to make these decisions when they're drunk because they're not coherent enough as they are when they're sober to make these choices, if that makes sense. So personally, I just don't really see any value in it. I want to use college to, you know, study and get good grades and have a really awesome friends, well yes, awesome friends, but also awesome memories with my friends that I can remember, that I can look back on and just be like, wow, college was like such an amazing time, you know? I don't want to have to go through I hope this is making sense, because it's hard for me to talk about this. I feel like I was rehearsing this a million times because I was like really excited to film this video. I was rehearsing this so many times to myself, but like now that I'm filming it, it's hard to like get all my thoughts out without trying to like come off in a certain way, because like I said, I don't want any single person thinking that I think that I'm better or like anything like that, because that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that drinking and partying in college is not my route. It is a lot of people's routes, and that is their choice. I'm not saying that I am above them. I'm not saying that I am less than them. I'm equal to them. We are all equal. We are all college students. We are all choosing to have our experience a certain way. This is just how I am choosing to have my experience. And yeah, and overall, I just want to end this video by saying that college has been awesome. I have discovered how great of a work ethic that I have that I honestly didn't know I had, because I kind of BS'd my way through high school. I also feel like, you know, life is hard and sad things happen. And I also realized that I feel like living like in not a college town, going to a community college, I feel like I have grown up really fast, and I've learned a lot about my life and all of that fun stuff. If that makes sense. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is kind of the conclusion of my video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you understood everything that I said. I'd really love to hear your opinions about everything down below. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified every single time I post. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.